is going on, everybody? Jake here. So today we are out working some land. We're starting on beans here. Kind of our thoughts, we're gonna start rolling on corn, but there's a little bit more room for error with soybeans in here. It isn't too bad actually. The dust is flying pretty well, so exciting to get out finally. We are probably, it's like May 7th or 8th today. I can't remember. We were started in the 3rd week of April last year, so we are, roughly two to 3 weeks behind. So plan of attack for today, I'm going to vertical till this side here and go up to my uncle's and grab his ripper. Our ripper's out of commission. Tend to have broken axle on it. We are going to go and rip some ground. So we had the old scrapes, or the 32.5 isn't a 32.5 anymore, it's a 40. And we're still going to call it the scrapes, but it used to have scrapes for a set aside thing, and we had those bulldozed in here this late last fall. So we're gonna go in there with the ripper and rip up where they bulldozed, just to help smooth it out a little bit better, so when we come in with the soil finisher we keep the crap out of it. So I'm gonna go over and rip it. Jimmy's gonna go over there and rock pick whatever I rip up. He's out picking rock right now. Now that we're so behind this year, everything is getting done at once. So we're kind of scrambling here. Alright, got the ripper. Head over to the scrapes. I think I'm just gonna keep calling that the scrapes. It's all in the computers and everything and on Climate View, and I don't really feel like trying to find another name for that. And then we're gonna start soil finishing for corn. Jeremy's over picking the rocks on that farm. It is a 70-acre farm, but 20 of it is wheat. So we're ripping. It's definitely a good idea to get this done. It was definitely compacted a little bit, and we are also leveling it out as well. So a lot of clay in here that got brought up, so our organic values probably dropped a little bit, but still there is quite a bit of black dirt in here. So this will be nice now, because at the longest point this field is about 1/3 to half a mile so long. So be nice to not have so many short rows on this field. So getting them Snapchat shots. Alright, Dad's doing some finishing touches on the planter. Get that ready for tomorrow. And I got the soil finisher hooked up, got done with all that over there, all the ripping. Now we're going to take and put some blocks in here into the hydraulics, so we can be at our 5 to 6 inches that we're going to go with the soil finisher. Alright, so started soil finishing here. Just getting out and looking at everything. So feeling like it's just a little too wet. It's wet in the back over there, but there's just some clumps in here that are not to my liking. It's the next day. So yesterday I started working that ground, and it was just there was parts of the field that were just a little wet for my liking. I decided to pull out of there, and now we're just trying to find ground to work. I just went in to look at some bean ground. I don't know, thinking of hitching the vertical till back up and just rolling on beans. We got one 75-ish acre farm of corn that would be ready to go, but we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves here because of this rain that's moving in. It's very cloudy today. They're not calling for any rain, but it just seems like it might. So if we can work on some bean ground, I'm gonna go home and switch the planter over to beans because we have it set up for corn. But we have that bean ground I worked yesterday. We're gonna try to plant that and see about trying to find, we got a 70-acre piece at the end of the road here. See about working that field today, but I'm not sure yet. I guess as the video goes along here, we'll figure it out. But that cornfield I started working, the bulk of it was dry, but there's, you know, 3-4 acres in there that was just felt like it was too wet. So I don't want to push anything. I want to make sure all the conditions are right because we still do have time yet. And you know, with this setup, we can pound in acres real quick. I'm gonna switch over the planter and get that set up and see what happens, I guess. So, but all right, let's get started for today. Alright, that ground is fit, so I am going to hop into this. I got some trees that I need to take and push into the thing from the tornado last year. And oh, what else? And then there's a couple of rocks down there. So we did have a tornado at the end of the road. It wasn't anything big. Once it got to the southeast, it got bigger, but it started down there and it went through there and carved a, not, you know, probably a 30-40 foot swing through that field, and then it went down the hill and widened out. But the winds really knocked some stuff down there, and it was a little too close for comfort. So, but it was an interesting storm. It was an interesting fall combining some of this stuff. So. But where it was really bad, we do have a lot of land over there that we do, so combine some of the stuff that got hit pretty hard by it. So there's stuff that we didn't even combine, and it was a mess. It's one way of doing it, just on the road, so I really feel like taking back from cleaning that fence line up and hitching the soil finisher, and I'm gonna hook that thing up. Alright, I'm all vertical tilling now. So I got my brother Joe out picking rock here. There isn't really many rocks on this farm, but I'm just going over and making sure they're all picked. So this here, so last year I went over this with the vertical till. We ran it a bit deeper. It's working up really nice. But we had Pioneer 306 on this bottom part, and it had a really heavy stalk on it. And I did run over with the vertical till, and you could tell that it didn't really knock those stalks over. They were still green yet, or you know, they still had a lot of moisture in them when we combined them. So this is making a good seed bed for this. So yeah, I'll take it. Alright, so I'm just finishing up the last headland here on this field. Here, this stuff worked up really good, so hopefully I'm gonna come in and plant this tomorrow. hoping that we're gonna go over and get that planter running tonight here or today yet. Come back here and hit this and see what this rain brings. I don't think we're gonna work anything more because we don't want it to get rained on after we work it.
I know I started a little too late there. I didn't get it down quick enough.
We went last night and got stuff fired up, and I didn't take much video because we had issues getting that thing going and just trying to figure stuff out. So right now we're getting the planter all set up to go down. We got 70 acres that I opened up yesterday. We're getting the tank mixed up with the seed fertilizer we're putting in to the tank, Terramax. So we're also putting in QOLF, which is molasses, and we're using that for putting that in for sugar. The QOLF got put in with our fungicide pass. We also had to do a herbicide pass as well during that time because we had a water hemp issue. That dicamba pass did end up knocking the water hemp back, but it just, we have to do this year we have to do a pre-emerge and a post-emerge, try to fix that. That's going to be a issue that lasts for a few years now. Alright, I'm gonna come up onto the field here at the planter, see what we can do. Operator's seat. 45 acres done here, so we got another 25 acres here to go yet. So, but we'll get this done here tonight, and then I don't know. Tomorrow night they talk for rain. We didn't open anything up today, just because we didn't know where we were gonna get at today setting this up. But it actually did go a lot smoother. We're setting this up the rest of the way, making sure everything was good. We didn't exactly know where we were going to be at, that we would be able to get done tomorrow what we would have opened up today. So it is kind of tempting to go and open some ground up here tonight, but I just am afraid that it isn't going to dry enough to be able to plant it all tomorrow. So but we'll see. Talking the mid to late afternoon tomorrow for the chances of thunderstorms. So we'll eventually figure it out. So, but it was like 80 degrees today. They're talking 90s at the end of the week, so it's gonna dry quick.